Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Art with Toys back with another action figure review. This time it's on the Disney Store exclusive Marvel Select Flash Thompson Agent Venom figure. So let's go. Alright, taking a quick look at the packaging. We got your standard Marvel Select packaging with the window box here. Got the figure clearly displayed there. It comes with a little diorama piece, which you can see on the left-hand side. You got your Agent Venom logo. Right here on the side, you got Flash Thompson Venom, Special Collector's Edition figure, Marvel Select. And again, this is a Disney Store exclusive action figure, so it can be picked up at your local Disney store. And then on the back side of the box, we got a comic book rendition of Agent Venom, so that looks pretty cool with the webbing flipping out of the back of his hand. And then on the back side here, and I apologize if this gets slightly cut off, as my review station's not quite as big as it needs to be for a box this size, but you'll get the point. You got Marvel Select here, Flash Thompson, Venom, a couple images of Venom wrapping around a bigger image of the actual action figure, holding the gun, standing on the diorama piece. I think that's pretty cool. You got Marvel.com, Diamond Select Toys, a little bit of legal information there. Again, this could be picked up at the Disney Store. Here in the US it's $24.95, and in Canada it's $31.95. So, and not a whole lot going on this side, just a clear side of the packaging. So with that, let's get into the accessories. Alright, taking a look at the accessories, you are basically going to get 3 accessories with this Marvel Select Agent Venom. 4 if you want to count the belt, but it is already attached to him, so I'm not really going to count that one. But you're going to get the diorama piece, which is typical with Marvel Selects, that you get some type of diorama piece. Some of these can be connected to make a bigger diorama piece, and some of them are kind of standalone. This one looks more like a standalone diorama piece. And then you're going to get his revolver. I think that looks pretty good. We'll take a look at that more in detail in a second. And you're going to get his handgun that has a scope on the end, so that looks pretty cool too. But first, taking a look at the diorama piece, and this thing looks amazing. They did a really nice job with the silver paints here and the black dry brushing going across it. And just look at the way that the different lights kind of reflect off of there, so that looks pretty cool. We got bullet holes in this. You got cracking. I mean, that thing just looks awesome. Then over here, you got kind of some, I guess you know, metal rod or maybe like a rhubarb or something kind of twisted up here, so that looks pretty good. Got another metal item here that again has really nice dry brushing with the black dry brush. You got the bullet holes in here. This looks pretty good. And then right here in the center where he stands, this looks awesome. It's kind of like a gravel or rubble. That just looks good. Like amazing detail and texture there. You got the black wash going across it, so that looks pretty cool. I like that. You know, some rocks over here, more black wash, more cracking, more bullet holes here. This looks great. And then you got this kind of black tubing running across the front, and then there's like a copper piece here, so that looks pretty good. It's got some black wash on it too. And then the back side, it's just hollow. Nothing back here, nothing underneath, but you know, you're not going to see that anyway. But this looks awesome. I mean, just look at the different angles that you can put this at and get him in there. You could probably use other figures for this if you wanted to. Probably could, even though this doesn't connect with other diorama pieces, that you could probably get more Marvel Select pieces and put them together and make something bigger. Maybe use Deadpool's wall from the Marvel Select Deadpool or something like that. So that'll come out pretty good. And then taking a look at the gun, so we'll take a look at the handgun first. Looks pretty good. Kind of the standard black. There's a little bit of dry brushing in there. You can kind of see it. So there's a little bit of wear and tear that looks like it's on there. So I do like that. You got the scope, the little red dot on it, so that is neat. There's a little bit of silver dry brushing along the top here. Same thing on the side. So it looks pretty good. And then this can be placed in his thigh holster, which is located right here. You just slide that in there. It fits pretty good. It's a little loose, but It's in there. That's not too bad. And then you got the revolver. It's like Dirty Harry Clint Eastwood type revolver here. Really big gun. No trigger in it, which I think is kind of weird, but I think it's because the handle is so far away from where the trigger would be that I don't think his finger would have reached around it. So, but it's black. You know, you don't typically see black revolvers. They're usually silver, but this will do. And if you want, you could customize it. There's a little bit of kind of a faint gray dry brushing in there, not really a silver, and you get kind of a silver notch there, right there. There is some detail on the handle, which is kind of neat. So, yeah, that's all right. And then you can place this guy right in here, like so. That one fits a little more tight. So you want to have him kind of reaching over to grab it, you could do that or so. But yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's take a look at the figure itself. All right, so taking a look at the figure out of the packaging here. So first off, we'll just see where this guy measures up. He's gonna stand at about 7 inches tall. So he'll fit in really nicely with obviously your Marvel Select collection. Not so much with your Marvel Legends because he's a little bit too tall. But maybe you can use some forced perspective or something to kind of get him in those pictures. So just taking a look at the details of the figure. So you got the standard black here with a little bit of the gray dry brushing kind of in there. Got the white around the eyes, nose here. You got this collar piece, which is really nice, with a little piece of the deco there for the Agent Venom logo. Taking a look at the sides, you get these shoulder pads here. These are on a ball peg and they go up and down. They got more of the gray dry brushing there. They got spikes on them. These do tend to want to pop off when you're moving the figure's arm around, so just be aware of that. But they pop back in pretty easily. Actually, when you get this figure, he's got rubber bands around those just to kind of hold them on. But again, they don't articulate, or they don't hinder the articulation because they do move. Taking a look at the arms here, you get some details here on the forearms. And then you get kind of this armor piece here, which kind of has those spikes in it. And then he's got them on the elbows too. This looks pretty cool. Definitely like that. Same thing on this side. Again, more detail, armor, spikes. I like how they did the hands here. So you get your trigger fingers, but you also get obviously the white square on the back of the hands, just like Venom has on his gloves or his hands. But you know what I did like that they paid attention to the detail here. Put the web shooters in there, so you can kind of see that right there, and you could kind of see it on this side. His armor piece on this side kind of covers it up a little bit, but it's there. And then just taking a look at the midsection here, you get that nice Agent Venom logo and kind of a matte finish, so that looks pretty good. You get this really nice belt. You get the silver deco here, and then you get more details here for the revolver holster, the pouches. You got stitching. You got the silver button there, and that goes around to the back side here. You got more pouches, more stitching, more detail, gray dry brushing, all that good stuff is in there. I mean, that looks awesome. There's just a ton of detail in this belt that I really like. You got a buckle here. But yeah, they got all those little silver pieces, the stitching, the dry brushing. Again, it's all there. So I like that. And then this belt actually has a little connector piece that connects to this thigh holster for the handgun with the light on it. So that looks pretty good. And you get the white deco going down here. Get nice detail on the thighs, so I like that. And on the knees, you get the knee pads with the spikes. These don't move or anything, but they are pliable. You can see that there. They're not going to hinder the knee articulation. And then you get the shin pads, or the armor here at the bottom. Again, more spikes there, more dry brushing. I mean, dry brushing just throughout this guy. So he's going to have all those details and dry brushing in there. You can see the musculature, so that's pretty good. And he's got kind of these pliable pieces here that kind of come down around the boot. More dry brushing in there. Boots look good, detail on the boots. Got the nice treads on them. You got the peg holes in the bottom, which actually there are pegs on the diorama piece that I was showing earlier, so he sits into that pretty well. Yeah, looks pretty good. And then just taking a look at the figure's articulation. So his head can move up pretty good. Down, not so much. So your collar is going to block that. So that's about as far as it'll go. Again, you got articulation here on the shoulder pad, so this will not hinder the arm movement. Arm will come out about that far. It will swivel all the way around. It might knock that piece off, just pop it back in. This guy can come out. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a single jointed elbow, so it'll go in about 90 degrees there. Not too bad. There's no swivel at the elbow. There's no forearm swivel, but his wrist does swivel. So that is there, and not a whole lot of movement back and forth. The back movement's hindered by this armored piece, and there's really not any forward movement, so that's pretty much all you get, but that'll work. He's just going to be holding guns and stuff. Same thing on this side. You got your ab kind of ball crunch thing here, so he can kind of do that. He could crunch forward just about that much, not a whole lot. He goes back just about that much. He's got the thigh swivel here, or the hip swivel rather, so that is there. He's got the thigh swivel at the top here, so you got that. He's on a T-joint, so you don't have to worry about the old style where you have to swivel this around in order to get him to go forward and then swivel it to get him to go to the side. That's not going to be a problem for you. So he will kick forward about that much. He's not going to kick back a whole lot. Again, thigh swivel is there. No swivel at the knee. He's got a what appears to be, and I could be wrong, but this appears to be a single jointed knee. I don't think this is a double jointed knee. No, it's not. So it's a single jointed knee, if you could see there. But that's fine. You know, it bends about that far. No upper thigh swivel. No swivel at the ankle. He's got a front and back movement on the ankle. And unfortunately, no ankle pivot. So that is definitely a downfall. But yeah, we could work around that. You're just gonna have to worry about him falling over occasionally. But yeah, that is a look at the figure's details and the articulation. And let's do some size comparisons. Alright, so taking a look at the Disney exclusive Marvel Select Agent Venom next to the Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Agent Venom. So just a little bit of details here that are different. He's going to have a lot more details here with thighs and the upper biceps here. He doesn't have that. He's got more predominant or spiky stuff on the armor, on the shins, the knees, the forearms, the elbows, the shoulders. He's got spikes, but they don't stick out as much as these do. He's got all the armored pieces, but the spikes aren't as prominent as these are here. This has got the white trim, where this one doesn't. He's kind of more of a full-on matte black finish, whereas he's kind of a black with the gray or the silver dry brushings inside there. He's using the reused mold from the Ultimate Captain America figure. This guy's got his own belt there. You know, he's again got the holsters. One thing that I dislike about this figure, I like the figure overall, but I dislike the molded gun. So you can't use that gun. This guy, at least he's got the gun holster on the thigh, and this gun can be removed. And he's got the laser sight there. And the way that this holster is cut, that just fits in there nicely. I don't know if you could see that. That's a little loose, might fall out on you with too much movement, but otherwise it fits in good, and at least you could use it. Versus on this figure here, you can't use it. So, but overall, they're both very good figures. Again, he's much taller than him because he's a Marvel Select, but I do like both figures. I kind of like the bulkiness and the V shape of this one. This one's a little thin around this area. but nonetheless, pretty good. He's got a hole in the back so you can fit the tendrils in there. You can remove them if you don't want them. He does not have that. It'd be cool to maybe use a Dremel tool and put one in there so that maybe we can use the tendrils from him on him. Collar piece here is a little higher, so he's got the lower collar piece. So his headward down movement will be a little better. And both have the trigger fingers and such, and kind of the same deco there. A little bit different on the Agent Venom logos. He's got kind of the Thunderbolts thing going on there, whereas he doesn't have too. Well, he has a little bit here on the sides, but this is more right here. This part of the spider is more of a, I guess you'd call it an octagon or whatever. This one's more of a circle. So, but yeah, both good figures. Let's take a look at the Agent Venom next to some other Venom. All right, taking a look at more size comparisons. So you have your Disney Store exclusive Marvel Select Agent Venom alongside the Marvel Legends Venom that came out a little while ago. You have your Marvel Select Venom that is probably a lot of people's favorite Venom figure. He comes with the backpack with all the Venom heads on it and a bunch of the interchangeable hands and the Eddie Brock head that has the symbiote going around it. You got your Superior Venom there, or Doc Ock Venom. And you got your Space Knight Venom that was the Build-A-Figure and was part of the Spider-Man wave that came out a little while ago. And we'll take a look at a couple more size comparisons. All right, and here we go with one more quick size comparison. So you have an old Toy Biz Venom there. You get the Play Arts Kai Venom there. He's obviously a much bigger figure, but you know, just for comparison purposes, why not get all the Venoms into one video, right? I'm sure I'm missing a bunch, but as many as I got, they're all in one video. And then lastly, but not least, you got the Spider-Man. This is the Disney Store exclusive Spider-Man from Marvel Select as well. And I would say if you guys could pick this guy up, you know, I definitely would recommend him. He comes with a few interchangeable hands. He comes with a Peter Parker head. He comes with the mask that you can actually grip in one of his hands while you have the Peter Parker head on, and a camera. So that's a pretty cool figure, and these figures go well together. So definitely would recommend picking that up. So yeah, that's my review of the Disney Store exclusive Marvel Select Agent Venom figure. And like I said, all in all, if you could pick this guy up, pick him up, let him breathe, and have fun. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.